If you're a collector of items like watches, jewelry, art, memorabilia, handbags, things like that, this video is for you. And I'm going to give you some tips on where you've been going wrong to do with your insurance and how you can fix them today. First off, your home insurance is usually inadequate. It's not suitable for anything high value, and it's generally not suitable for anything to do with collectibles. That means you need a standalone policy, and here are the reasons why. Sometimes you have low inner limits. If you don't know what an inner limit is, you need to read up on it. Sometimes you have very low limits for single items, low as £1,000 sometimes. Sometimes you don't have any cover if you leave the home. Sometimes you don't have any cover if you leave the country. This is why you need a standalone collectible policy that's 100% digital, like collection cover, to cover you properly for the exact amount that your items need to be insured for and where you take them, whether that's out of the home, out of the safe, abroad. This is all covered automatically with our policy. You don't have to worry about it, you don't have to think about it. This policy suits your lifestyle without you even knowing. And you're not going to make mistakes like you do on your home insurance if you buy a collection cover policy. Now, I just touched on that. Let's talk a bit more about what happens when you take your items outside the home or outside the country, because most insurance companies are going to want you to insure your items at home or in a home safe, depending on what they are. If they are watches and jewelry, they need to be in a safe at home, and when you leave the home, they might be covered, they might not. Collection cover covers you when you take them outside the house, and collection cover covers you when you take them outside the country. When you leave the country, what you need to be mindful of is where you're going and what you're doing. Because if you own a home abroad, then that policy needs to know about that home abroad so that your items are insured there. If you are going to a hotel and there's a little safe in the cupboard that might or might not be bolted down and the cleaners can open them like that, then you need to know whether you have cover for that or not. Because if you take multiple items outside or on holiday with you, like watches and jewelry and handbags, and you don't keep them where you're meant to be keeping them in accordance to your insurance, then you may not have cover. And this is why you need to read the small print on your home insurance. So this is really key. For this point is about what cover you have when you're abroad. Now, nearly every policy will have what's called a personal custody clause or a jewelry clause. And what this says is that when you leave the home or anywhere with a valuable item, such as an expensive watch, for example, you are only covered when that item is with you or on you. Handbags with you, watches, jewelry on you generally. Most people don't walk around with backpacks of jewelry, luckily, but that would still be covered because it's on you. Does your home insurance even have this? Is it even covered when you leave the home? If you can't see these things in there, there's probably no cover. So read the small print of your home insurance, or make sure what you need to be covered for is covered for when you leave the home. The next thing is you are definitely overpaying for your collectible insurance or your valuables insurance, or what they call personal possessions on home insurance. Personal possessions can be insured only in the home. They can be insured out of the home. How you set up your policy is up to you. If you have a high net worth policy, you don't have to worry about this too much. But if you have a standard home insurance policy for your buildings and contents, you are probably overpaying for your collectibles or your personal possessions cover because you can't tailor it exactly how you want it to be. Collection cover, as soon as you do your quote, you can personalize it to exactly how you want it to be. And that is by putting an in-safe limit into the policy, so tailoring it exactly how you want it, or even adding an excess, because our policies have nil excess as standard. Home insurance doesn't have that. You can add an excess if you're happy having an excess, and you will save money on the premium straight away. You can have up to a £5,000 policy excess if you want to, which brings the premium right down. Now, let's talk about the typical setup of someone who has a few items. Let's say they have 10 watches and 5 handbags, and what they need to do with collection cover to tailor that policy to make sure it's exactly how they want it. Now, in safe is usually Well, the in-safe cover is usually for jewelry and watches only because they're small and they can fit in a safe. Handbags, you'll just have cover for them at home. Let's focus on watches. So let's say you have 10 watches. No, you do not take 10 watches out with you at any one time. Your home insurance doesn't know that. No, you do not wear 10 watches at any time. Your home insurance doesn't know that. When you go abroad, you might take 2 or 3. Now, if you take 2 or 3, you need cover for only 2 or 3 while you're outside the house. That's worst case scenario. When you're at home in the UK, you will only ever wear 1 really. So you might only ever need that once or twice a year to have 2 or 3. So you can tailor the policy that we offer, which is 100% online, and you can say, right, of the 100,000 of watches that I own, I only need 20,000 out of the safe at any one time. So you put 80,000 of cover into the safe. That covers all of those watches in the safe at home and the 20,000 while you're away from home, or whatever the numbers are. That way it brings your premium right down. So that's why I'm saying you are overpaying for your collectibles or your valuables insurance on your home insurance, because you can't generally do that on a normal home insurance policy. So they are the 3 tips. Get your valuable items off your home insurance today. If you have them insured on your home insurance, check what you're covered for when you leave the house, or especially when you go abroad. Those hotel safes, you won't have any cover while they're in there, by the way. And take up a collection cover policy today, because you'll save money, because you'll stop overpaying for your insurance to do with anything collectible, big art collections, jewelry, watches, handbags, memorabilia, all that kind of cool stuff, trading cards, loads of inquiries for trading cards on collectioncover.com. And if you need us, we're on live chat, WhatsApp, it's all on the website. You can contact us in every which way while you're doing your quote, which takes 60 seconds to do a quick quote, only a few more minutes to do a full quote, and you can be buying insurance today in just minutes.